Hello, everybody. This is Omega Shenron, and we're going to do a short video. I'm going to show you a small stack of books that I'm thinking about getting signed and slabbed, CGC submissions, and I'm also going to go into just kind of a side tidbit about Comic Cons and why I'm decided not to go to Emerald City Comic Con. So, the last time I went to Emerald City Comic Con was about 4 or 5 years ago, and I submitted a bunch of CGCs. I got to get some signatures from Steve McNiven when he was doing the Guardians, and I still have those. I think there's the nice one I got from him, this sketch variant. And he was a really nice guy, and it was a really good experience. Meeting some of your, favorite artists. Particularly, I'm more about the art. I really don't have any writers that I really want to meet. I mean, other than Jim Starlin. But who knows when he'll go to another con around me. I'd never seen him at a con on the West Coast, maybe in California, but not in Washington, Seattle area. So the reason I've decided not to go to ECC is just because they're too big. And, I'm following ECC on Twitter and on social media, and everything they post, every little thing they post has nothing to do with comic books. None of it has anything to do with comic books. It's all about celebrities and cosplayers and gaming and, anything else you can think of pop culture wise except for comic books. And while I know that there's going to be lots of, vendors there, and then, I'll find something cool and that'll be fun. Just going there. I remember last time I went, there were just fucking cosplayers everywhere wearing, like all these big ass costumes, just too many fucking people. Like, I seen this guy, he was wearing a Power Man cosplay. I thought that was pretty cool, this black guy. And I was like, nice, dude, Power Man, right on. He's like, no, it's Luke Cage. I'm like, right on, dude. Right on. You don't even know what the fuck you're cosplaying as. It's like you're literally just going to be seen, and all these girls that come there wearing fucking latex and spandex suits, Spider Gwen, and it's annoying. It's annoying. And anybody who fawns over those people, fuck you. You're stupid. So I'm not going to ECC because it's all about anything but comic books is what it's about. And I just want to go to cons, and there are a few smaller cons around here that are starting to pop up that are more centered around comic books and the artists. And so I'm going to go to those. And there's one in the summer I'll be going to. I'm going to meet Ron Lim. Ron Lim is the first artist where I started really recognizing his art in Silver Surfer, Infinity Watch, Infinity Gauntlet, all these books he was doing with Jim Starlin. I was like, who is this guy? This art, it just speaks to me. I just really, really like it. So getting to meet him is going to be an amazing thing for me, and I really can't wait. So I think it's June or July. I'm going to get to meet him. The only bad thing about that con is that they don't have a CGC representative there. I guess they can only cover so many cons, and this is a newer con. So maybe in the coming years, they'll actually have a CGC representative there, and I'll get some books signed. And I'll show you some of the books I'm either going to be submitting to CGC or getting signed at a con and getting signature series slabs. This is a book. This is Barry Windsor Smith book. It was a crossover with Malibu and Marvel, Rune, Silver Surfer. This book is in pristine condition. I've never seen another copy of it. It's graphic novel, thick book, but I'm gonna submit that. This is another book I just never really seen. And you notice the Art the Bear down there. I watch his live streams every once in a while. But this is another little crossover that I just have never seen before. So I'm going to get that slabbed. And here's some of the Ron Lim stuff I really, really want to get signed. This Thanos #1 variant is in pristine condition. This is a book I just want to get slabbed, and I don't know. I don't think Al Milgrom is doing cons anymore. And Jim Starlin is going to be hard to find too, but someday it'll happen. But this is my favorite Thanos series, this Jim Starlin one. So this is a really, really awesome cover. Some more Barry Windsor Smith. This is the number 0. And I'm really excited about this, getting that into a slab. It's in really good shape. This Guardians variant, this is Ramos, I think, but it's like a homage variant for the X-Men cover, old X-Men cover. This is a cool Adam Warlock. Kind of like some of these. These are nice, but it's in really good shape, so gonna submit it. This will probably eventually get signed. I have another signed one of the sketch he did for Gamera, and I'm just so fucking in love with her. She really is my favorite female character. She's just I can't stop loving her. She's awesome, and I love the way he draws her here. This is a book. It's in really good shape. I think I got it for a couple bucks years ago. But this is the first appearance of Silk, and I'll probably just slab this and sell it. It's a Guardians variant. There's a really cool Guardians variant that I picked up. I think this might be Ramos too. I found these a long time ago. This is Marvel Toon 1, Thanos appearance, and I've got 2 of them, and they're both in really good shape. I might actually submit both of them. This was a cool Hulk cover that I picked up in really good shape. More Barry Windsor Smith. If you've never read this, you should read this. The art's just, it's just, the art's revolutionary. The art's unlike anything else, and just super polished and just beautiful. Here's another book that's kind of a key. I'll probably slab it and sell it. Thanos 11. I believe this is the first appearance of the Fallen one, so I'm gonna slab both these. Or actually, I'm gonna pick through one of these 3. Here's the first Witchblade. Gonna slab that. I have a signed one, but it's not signature series. I have a Michael Turner signed one, but not signed. So Thanos variant here, in really good shape. Gonna slab that. This is eventually gonna get signed by Clayton Crane. Thanos Legacy variant. Really like it. This is just, I don't know, I just love this. I love how in this book they're doing different things with Silver Surfer, and like he turns his board into a staircase and a sword and a spear, and it's just like cool to see, and this cover is amazing. Is this Deodato or not sure? I forget the artist. Here's another book for Ron Lim to sign and get slabbed. It's in really good shape. Might be a 9/8. What is this? The 3rd printing. I'm going to get these signed by Ron Lim and hopefully Jim Starlin. They're both in really good shape someday. Here's a Ron Lim Silver Surfer Black variant. I'd like him to sign. I've never actually gotten any of these blanks sketched on before, but I would just take this, and maybe there's an artist there who I would like to see them draw Silver Surfer. Here's Silver Surfer 75 in pristine condition. I'd like to get him to sign that. And this is the start of the Jim Starlin run. This is really the book that really kind of started it all for me. I was reading this as it came out, so when I seen this, I was like, this is fucking cool. I really like this art, and this guy Thanos is badass. Who is he? So but this is really one of the books that started it for me, for Marvel and the cosmic universe, and it definitely needs to go in a slab. Yeah, Greg Horn is going to be at ECC, and I pulled some of these books. This is amazing. Emma Frost, good lord. Here's a Gamora he did. Would really like to get this signed. Um, and then this one. This is a variant I bought online a while ago, and this is also a Greg Horn cover that is really cool. So maybe at another con I'll get him. I really wanted to meet Greg Horn because I've been a fan of his art for a long time. He's actually been doing art for quite a while. So hopefully someday I'll get to meet him and get those books signed. As far as CGCs, I've got this Clayton Crane. I showed it in a previous video. I really want to get this signed and signature series. Yeah, Scotty Young is going to be there at ECC. And this is something I really wanted to get him to sign. It's the only book. I have a bunch of his covers just because he's done so many, but this is really the art that I liked of his. This is amazing. So maybe someday. And Jen Bartel. Here's a Jen Bartel cover that I was gonna get signed by her at ECC. I'd really like to meet her. She's a great artist and quite pretty. So I mean that would be a pleasure. But yeah, no, I really like her art, and I know I have some more. I've been searching for them, but the collection is, you can see it's getting out of control, and this isn't all of it. So I have to do some more searching, but because I know I've bought more of her art recently. So, but this was one of the ones I was going to get her to sign. In closing, you know, the cons are less and less about comic books, and that's really, you know, it's like with the movies. You should read this story. It's good. It's just like with the movies, you know. You think with all the popularity of the movies and everything that's going on with that comic books would be selling like hotcakes, but they're not, because they don't promote it. Like, they don't promote the books in the movies. They don't promote the books in the books themselves. Like in this book, there's no promos for another book. There's promos for Netflix, you know, other streaming services, other superhero tied things that aren't comic books. And it's just the disconnect, you know, like they don't understand that this is where it all starts. This is where the great stories come from. And now, instead of trying to write a great story, a lot of these current writers are trying to write a TV show or trying to write a movie. And, you know, that's their ticket to fame and fortune. And these guys weren't doing... Barry Windsor Smith wasn't writing a book thinking it was going to be a movie at some point. He was just trying to write something amazing and to blow your mind and give you great art. And that's why it's great, not because it would look good on a movie screen. So, and it wouldn't. This probably will never be a movie. His character Rune, which wasn't that great, but I like it, won't ever be a movie because he wasn't writing it to be a movie. And, you know, that's just big part of my frustration with comic books right now is they don't care about the books. They don't care about the shops. They deride the customers when a book fails or a movie fails. You know, they hate the customers, and, you know, it's just gets to be more than you can really handle. So I'll be going to cons. I'll just be going to smaller cons, talking to artists, meeting some of the people that I admire, and, you know, actually just digging in the books, digging in the boxes, looking for some gold, finding something you've never seen before like this. I've dug through millions of boxes at comic book shops, and this is the only one of these I've found. So when you find something like that, it makes the day worth it. And, you know, it really is the big part of my passion for books. So anyway, hope you appreciate my thoughts on Comic-Cons. But that's just my opinion, you know. If you want to go to con and, you know, see everything but comic books and fucking, you know, crowded lines and people bumping into you wearing huge cosplay costumes, and, you know, people there that have never bought a comic book in their life and never read a comic book in their life. If you want to go to those kind of, you know, conventions, that's fine, but you won't catch me there. So anyway, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.